A very good morning to all of you. In this class, I am going to start with another important topic of chapter sexual reproduction in flowering plants, chapter 2. Now, in this chapter, we have already completed the spermatogenesis process, or that is microsporogenesis process in case of plants, and megasporogenesis process in case of female plant. So, after microsporogenesis, there is formation of pollen grain inside the sporangium or inside the anther. Now, ovule formation occur inside the ovary by the process of megasporogenesis in the female or in the pistil part of the female reproductive part. In the male reproductive part consists of stamen, and stamen is formed by anther and filament. Inside the anther, there are myocyte cells or microspore mother cells, which undergoes in microsporogenesis. After the microsporogenesis or after the meiosis division, there is formation of tetrad structure. These tetrad microspores undergoes in dehydration. After the dehydration, there will be formation of the pollen grain inside the embryo, inside the anther. Now, in the embryo sac or inside the embryo sac formation occur, or inside the pistil or female reproductive part, there is also a megaspore mother cell present inside the ovary. Now, megaspore or ovule. Megaspore mother cell which is present inside the ovule undergoes in meiosis division or megasporogenesis process. By the meiosis division, there is formation of only single there is also formation of megaspore tetrad, but all these three cells undergoes in degeneration. After the degeneration, there is only one cell that mature to form a embryo sac. So, inside the ovule, the megaspores undergoes in meiosis division. After the meiosis division, there is formation of only one embryo sac. Then inside the embryo sac, because one cell is present, undergoes in karyokinesis process, and inside the embryo sac, the cell undergoes in 3 karyokinesis process. After these, the 8 nucleated structure form, and out of 8 nuclei in a cell, 4 move towards the opposite pole and 4 on the other pole, that is at the chalazial ring or at the micropylar ring. Now, one of the nuclei of each part come in center part में आ जाएंगे, then undergoes in the cytokinesis process. After the cytokinesis process, there will be formation of the 7 cell 8 nucleated structure inside the embryo sac. So, the structure of embryo sac of angiosperm is 7 cell 8 nucleated structure, in which 2 nuclei present in the center part of the, or also known as center part of the embryo sac, and also known as the polar nuclei. Now, the second topic, which is pollination. In the pollination, the pollination is a process or phenomena by which the female, because female gamete is stationary and male gamete also don't have flagella, they are also non-motile. So there is a medium for transfer of or the vectors or different mechanism takes place by for the transfer of these male gametes onto the stigma of female gamete, so that they can fertilize the egg. But this process is known as pollination, that is transfer of male gamete from anther onto the stigma of a female flower of same plant or different or different flower. So, on the type of kind of transfer of these male gamete onto the stigma of flower, divided into 3 main kind, that is first is autogamy. If the transfer of male gamete or transfer of pollen grain onto the stigma of a flower takes place within a single flower or same flower, that type of pollination is known as autogamy. So there are two type of flowers, chasmogamous type of flower or clistogamous type of flower. Chasmogamous type of flower are open types of flower and clistogamous type of flower are closed type of flower. In the open type of flower, there is possibility of cross pollination. So there may be cross pollination takes place or may not be. There may be self pollination takes place and may not be self pollination takes place. Now, so but in the clistogamous type of flower, because they are closed type of flower, so they inhibit the cross pollination, so they are restricted for the autogamy only. Second is zytonogamy type of pollination, in which the transfer of pollen grain onto the stigma of flower take place into different flower of same plant body. That is, a single plant can bear two type of flower, male and female flower or unisexual flower, so they allow the transfer of male gamete of another flower to the stigma of different flower. So that type of pollination is known as zytonogamy. Third is xenogamy type of pollination. In xenogamy type of pollination, the pollination takes place in between the two different flower of different plant. That is, they actually single plant bears only the single type of reproductive part or unisexual type of flower, as in case of papaya. The papaya bears only the unisexual flower, that is, one plant of papaya only bears the female flower and the second plant of papaya only bears the male plant. So this is the whole content which we have already discussed in previous class. Now today's class, let us discuss about the agents of pollination. Agents of pollination. In the agents of pollination, actually agents कौन से होंगे, because the male gametes are non-motile, so they need the vectors or agents for the transfer of their gametes onto the stigma of flower of same or different may be हो सकते हैं. So this process is known. This process actually involve two different kind of agents, abiotic agents and biotic agents. So there are two different kind of or type of agents. Here is abiotic agent and second one is biotic agent. Biotic agents. Abiotic agents and biotic agents. So in the abiotic agents, there are two different type of agents, that is the water and the wind. Both water and the wind function as a abiotic agent. So actually wind helping transfer for the pollen grain from one flower to another flower, from anther to the stigma of flower. So for this purpose, the flower may show the well exposed anther and stigma. So the characteristic of flower or stamen or gynoecium should be they have to well exposed by the flower, so that they migrate or they easily move in the wind current or air current, or due to the wind current or air current, they easily transfer from one flower. They can easily transfer from one flower to another flower. So well exposed anther and stigma present. Second characteristic for wind pollination, because the agents for the pollination are water and winds, so they are not life form. So flowers are actually without color because they don't need to attract, because they are abiotic, so they don't need to attract the abiotic substance, they only need to attract the biotic. So for the attraction of biotic or agents, for the attraction of insects and birds, they bears the color or beautiful color exposed by shown by the flowers. But if they are pollinated by wind or water, they don't need for the formation, they don't need actually the formation of the these color, so they are colorless. The flowers are colorless. Second thing, because in the flower nectar are also synthesized by the flower, but if they don't, if the agents are abiotic, so nectar, because nectar form in the plant or in the flower for the main purpose to attract the different insects and bird for the pollination. So for this purpose, because the vectors or agents are abiotic, for तो यहाँ पे भी they don't need to synthesize the nectar, तो nectarless flowers होंगे. Next thing is then stigma and the pollen grain which is formed by this kind of wind pollinated flower. Actually हम wind के बारे में discuss कर रहे हैं. So for the wind pollination, the pollen grains which are formed inside the anther are generally non-sticky pollen grains. And the stigma, because we have already know that stigma को sticky ही होना चाहिए, because क्योंकि वो sticky होंगे तभी they are able to receive the pollen grain in the air, so they have to synthesize some sticky substance from the stigma, so on the stigma, so stigma should be sticky stigma. So ये करेक्टर जनरली ऑल सभी के लिए हो जाएगा, सभी जितने भी अदर प्लांट्स हैं या जहाँ पे बायोटिक एजेंट्स भी हैं, तो दे ऑल्सो the flower which undergoes in the biotic pollination, so they also have the sticky stigma. Now these are the some characteristics of the wind pollination. Now second is water pollination. Water pollination. One thing is another one thing in the wind pollination is the formation of feathery stigma. Formation of feathery stigma. feathery stigma का formation होगा. And second is the feathery stigma के बाद second characteristic of the अगर stamen, so stamen should be the long, they have long filament, तो they bear long filament and have the long filament. Stamen long filament के साथ होंगे. Now these are the some characteristics of the wind pollinated flower. Now come to the water pollination. Water pollination requires some of the flower, because they are also represent the abiotic, so flower कैसे होंगे, colorless flower, विदाउट नेक्टर, बिकॉज यहाँ पे भी बायोटिक नहीं को अट्रैक्ट नहीं करना और रिवॉर्ड में कुछ देना नहीं है, तो इस वजह से दे ओनली शोज द कलरलेस फ्लावर एंड विदाउट नेक्टर प्लांट और नेक्टरलेस प्लांट. These are the characteristic feature of flower. Now stigma and style में क्या होगा, they may or may not be present on the water flow or water surface. Some of the plant shows like Vallisneria and Hydrilla, Vallisneria and Hydrilla of fresh water are freshwater plant. और whereas marine water में Zostera which is a sea grass shows the water pollination, in which they produce or they disperse their pollen grain on the surface of the water, so that they can easily reach to the onto the stigma of a flower, because both the male and female यहाँ पे क्या होगा, अगर inside if they produce the flower inside the water, so all the ये floating form में होंगे या floating structures भी होंगे pollen grain में, so that floating structures present on a pollen grain, so that they can easily float on the surface of water or come onto the surface of water, or they easily reaches to the stigma of a flower, because stigma, क्योंकि जो फ्लावर होगी वो फ्लावर के लिए restricted है, they only open on the surface of flower, so they present on the surface of water. So when the flower present on the surface of water, the pollen grain easily reaches onto the stigma of flower with the water current. And some of the plant also shows the because these are the aquatic nature of plant, लेकिन बहुत सारे plants ऐसे भी हैं also shows the wind pollination, but they are aquatic. Some of the aquatic plant shows the wind pollination. Example is water hyacinth, and second is water lily. Water lily shows the wind pollination. So water hyacinth and water lily shows the wind pollination, because the flower of these water lily and water hyacinth exposed in the air, so that flower make up pollination when they are present on the surface of or inside the water bodies. So at that condition the water pollination should be possible in that type of flower. But if the flower exposed in the air, so in that case, as in case of water hyacinth and the water lily, they only shows the wind pollination, because their stigma and style present in the air, so that water इनके कांटेक्ट में नहीं आएंगे, because they actually थोड़ा above they present some distance, कुछ डिस्टेंस पे होंगे ये वाटर के, सो दैट दे शोज द विंड पॉलिनेशन के हेल्प से यहाँ पे पॉलिनेशन होगा. नाउ सेकंड इज बायोटिक एजेंट्स. तो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ बायोटिक एजेंट्स, एंड फॉर दिस नेचर द सर्टेन मॉडिफिकेशन शोन by the flower or shows by the flower, or certain modification shows by the stigma and style of the stigma, male reproductive part and female reproductive part shows by the flower. So कुछ modification जो stigma और जो female reproductive part stigma और stamen के through show किए जाएंगे. So let us discuss about the biotic agents. Now in biotic agents biotic agents. Actually, the honeybees biotic insects, birds, shows the responsible for the pollination by the biotic agents. In the during the pollination process, because for these characteristics of for the pollination, the flower need to attract these insects and birds. So they provide nectar to the insect and birds. For the attraction, they use the color. They shows the color, beautiful color or bright color shown by the जितने ब्राइट कलर शोज किए जाते हैं फ्लावर्स के थ्रू, सो दैट दे इजिली अट्रैक्ट द इंसेक्ट्स एंड बर्ड्स. सो मोस्ट ऑफ द जो फ्लावर शोज द येलो कलर एंड रेड कलर, पिंक कलर, दीज आर द ब्राइट कलर जो शो किए जाते हैं फ्लावर के थ्रू. तो व्हाट आर द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ फ्लावर? द कलर शोज किए जाएंगे. Now, nectar is also present. They also form the nectar because for the birds कब आएंगे? Because and insect कब? जैसे honey bee आते हैं तो वो कब आएंगे? When the flower produce nectar and flower give them nectar. So nectar function as a reward for the pollination process which is done by the insect and birds. तो reward type में होता है यहाँ पे जो इंसेक्ट और बर्ड्स के थ्रू जब ये पॉलिनेशन करते हैं तो ये फ्लावर के थ्रू इन्हें रिवॉर्ड किया जाता है, जितने भी बर्ड्स होंगे या इंसेक्ट होंगे. तो दीज आर नाउ फॉर द इंसेक्ट पॉलिनेशन और बायोटिक पॉलिनेशन should the anther and stigma should not be well exposed. कोई ज़रूरी नहीं है उनको well exposed होने की. तो बिकॉज और ज़रूरी नहीं है तो वेल एक्सपोज फ्यू प्लांट ओनली शोज द वेल एक्सपोज स्टिग्मा एंड फ्लावर एज इन केस ऑफ हिबिस्कस रोजा साइनेसिस और चाइना रोज जिसे बोला जाता है. सो दे ओनली शोज द वेल एक्सपोज स्टेमन एंड स्टिग्मा बिकॉज in that case the two type of characteristic of that flower they shows the wind pollination. For the wind pollination the stamen and the stigma both are well exposed in China rose and hibiscus rosa sinensis, and they also shows the bird pollination or pollination through biotic agents. For example, hummingbirds also come for the nectar and they receive or the flower pollinated by these birds because birds क्या करेंगे वहाँ से फ्लावर से नेक्टर लेने के लिए जब भी आएंगे तो वो पॉलिनेट करेंगे इस फ्लावर को, तो ट्रांसफर ऑफ मेल गैमेट टू द फीमेल स्टिग्मा ऑफ द फीमेल गैमेट. सो ये किया जाएगा बाय द बर्ड्स. एग्जाम्पल इज हमिंग बर्ड्स. तो हमिंग बर्ड्स शोज करते हैं पॉलिनेशन. हमिंग बर्ड. Now some example of birds and insects are honeybees, wasps, moth. These shows the insect pollination. So insect pollination. Beside these, some of the butterflies also help in pollination. Now some of the mammals just lemurs also shows rodent shows the pollination by the biotic means, or reptiles. Some of the example of reptiles also present in the pollination or also shows the pollination. For example, the lizard. So zicco lizard and garden lizard. These shows the pollination by the biotic means. So these are the some important example of the pollination by biotic agents, and birds like hummingbird and sunbird shows the pollination, and honeybees, wasps, moths, butterflies, these are the insect. Ants also shows the insect pollination, and lemurs, rodents, these are the mammals. Then reptiles are zecco, lizard and garden lizard. These two reptiles also shows the insect pollination. Now, these are the some important example of insect pollination, and for this purpose, for attracting the biotic animals, or for attracting the insect, mammals, birds, reptiles, actually flower produces the bright color as well as nectar also. So nectar also function as reward for the animals such as insects and birds, and reptile also. They reward because they pollinate that flower. They transfer their male gamete onto the stigma of flower. So flower become easily fertilized by these method, because the male gamete do not have the flagella. They are non-motile in the angiosperm plant. But in the bryophyte organism, because in the bryophyte organism, the male gamete have flagella. But for the sexual reproduction, they also need the agents for the transfer of these gametes for one organism bryophytes, because they pollinated by the water, or they need water for their sexual reproduction, because with the help of water they release their gametes in the water, or with the water current they transfer from one plant body or one thalli to the another thalli or thallus. So in bryophyte, in algae, the water bodies or water shows the major abiotic agents, or in some of the plants, terrestrial plants, the abiotic or biotic agent both are present. The water as well as the wind also plays the pollinating agent in some of the plants or biotic agents. For example, in mangoes or in guava, the pollination takes place by the insects. In Malvaceae group of family, the pollination in Hibiscus rosa sinensis, the pollination takes place by birds, by the hummingbirds. In most of the plants, they which produce nectar, as in case of canary, they also produce the nectar. So for the canary is also fertilized by or pollinated by the birds. So sorry, not fertilized, pollination takes place by the birds. So the honeybees, wasps and moths, butterflies, lemur, rodents, these are also help in pollination, because the nectar produced, they actually feed on the nectar, or the another food source for them, for these mammals and reptiles are the nectar. Some of the other organism which shows the interesting relationship in between the plants and animals, like yucca and moth relationship. So because we already know the yucca plant, the moth lays their egg inside the yucca flower, or lays there for the protection, because this for the protection of these eggs, or when they so due to the egg laying process, the pollination done by the moth in yucca plant. So this is a flower in yucca plant. The pollination is done by these flower by moth in these flower, or during this process they lay egg inside the ovary, or after the fertilization, when ovule formation occur, the egg hatches together with the formation or development of ovule. So whenever ovule develops, the egg is also hatched, and larvae comes out from the egg, and they feed on the ovule of the yucca plant. So for this purpose, the yucca pollination takes place by moths, and when the seed formation done in the plant, so the larvae survive or feed on the seed or ovule of the plant, so they easily survive in the flower of the yucca. So they complete their life cycle with the help of yucca plant, and the yucca plant is also get pollinated by the moth. So these are the characteristic feature of the these plant. Now today's class हमने क्या डिस्कस किया, the different agents of pollination, abiotic and biotic agents, in which abiotic such as water and wind, and biotic agents insect, birds, mammals and reptiles. Now नेक्स्ट क्लास में तब तक के लिए थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स। नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम नेक्स्ट टॉपिक डिस्कस करेंगे।